In last week's video I reorganised my bookshelves, so I said that I would do an updated bookshelf tour because a lot of my books I ended up donating or just getting rid of or rehoming or just pawning them off on other people. Is it pawning? Fobbing them off on other people. Anyway, yeah, I said that I would do an updated bookshelf tour, so that's what I'm going to do in this video. I have two bookshelves that I'm using at the moment. One is that one and the other is this one. So I'm going to start with this one. I have the Complete Tales and Poems of Edgar Allan Poe, Complete Fairy Tales by the Brothers Grimm, the first two volumes of the Fables series by Bill Willingham, so Legends in Exile and Animal Farm, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, the Marvel edition, and Pawnee, The Greatest Town in America by Leslie Knope. Then I have The Cleft by Doris Lessing, The Programme and the Treatment by Suzanne Young, The Opposite of Loneliness by Marina Keegan, and The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. Then The Shining Girls by Lauren Bukes, The First 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire North, The Marriage Plot by Jeffrey Eugenides, and Yes Please by Amy Poehler. Then there's some music and headphones. Iwata on Iwata, A Cinematic Odyssey by Richard Iwata, The Bees by Lillian Paul, More Than This by Patrick Ness, Me and Ellen the Dying Girl by Jesse Andrews, Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin alias Sainz, Tales of Mystery and the Imagination by Edgar Allan Poe, Howard's End by E.M. Forster, A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and Dracula by Bram Stoker. Then I have some purses and sunglasses, and then an empty shelf because, yep. On the first shelf I have my Kindle case, which is the owl thing. We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. Is that how you say her name? I can't remember. The Five People You Meet in Heaven and the First Phone Call from Heaven by Mitch Albom, The Handmaid's Tale and Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood, Sense and Sensibility and Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Crash by J.G. Ballard, The Sea by John Banville, Psycho by Robert Bloch, Nella Last's War edited by Richard Broad and Susie Fleming, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, If on a Winter's Night a Traveller by Italo Calvino, The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey, Remember Body by C.P. Cavafy, The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky, The Valkyries by Paulo Coelho, The Book of Lost Things by John Connolly, I Was Told There'd Be Cake by Sloane Crosley, The Hours by Michael Cunningham, and the Maze Runner series by James Dashner. And I have the dust jacket for The Fifth Wave because I'm reading that at the moment. This Book Is Gay by James Dawson, White Noise and Falling Man by Don DeLillo, I, Lucifer by Glenn Duncan, Lesson Zero, American Psycho, Glamorama, and Imperial Bedrooms, all by Bret Easton Ellis. The Virgin Suicides and Middlesex by Jeffrey Eugenides, A Room with a View and the Machine Stops by Ian Forster, The Collector by John Fowles, The Corrections by Jonathan Franzen, The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman, Howl by Allen Ginsberg, The Princess Bride by William Goldman, Half Bad by Sally Green, Florence and Giles by John Harding, A Farewell to Arms and For Whom the Bell Tolls by Ernest Hemingway, The Talented Mr. Ripley by Patricia Highsmith, The Museum of Extraordinary Things by Alice Hoffman, The Odyssey by Homer, Music for Torching by A.M. Holmes, and Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson, Dubliners by James Joyce, Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me and Other Concerns by Mindy Kaling, Indecision by Benjamin Kunkel, Capital by John Lanchester, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson, The Fifth Child, The Golden Notebook, The Grass is Singing, The Sweetest Dream, Mara and Dan, all by Doris Lessing. The Stepford Wives by Ira Levin, Last Night in Montreal by Emily St. John Mandel, The Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, I Am Legend by Richard Matheson, The Road by Cormac McCarthy, The Cement Garden by Ian McEwan, How It Ended by Jay McInerney, Birchfield Close by John McNaught, The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, The Strange Library by Haruki Murakami, A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, Her Fearful Symmetry by Audrey Niffinger. That's not her name again. Good, anyway. And All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. 1984, Animal Farm, Down and Out in Paris and London, Some Thoughts on the Common Toad, Books versus Cigarettes, and Politics in the English Language, and Such Were the Joys, all by George Orwell. GB84 by David Peace, Socrates' Defense by Plato, The Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick, On Murder Considered as One of the Fine Arts by Thomas de Quincey, Anthem, The Fountainhead and Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand, Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice, It's Not Me, It's You by John Richardson, Goblin Market by Christina Rossetti, The Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling, The Bling Ring by Nancy Jo Sales, Catcher in the Rye and Franny and Zoe by J.D. Salinger, and Severed Heads, Broken Hearts by Robin Schneider. Let's Explore Diabetes with Owls by David Sedaris, Macbeth and What You Do About Nothing by Shakespeare, A Field Guide to Getting Lost and Men Explain Things to Me by Rebecca Solnit, Fishbowl by Bradley Summer, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, After Magritte and Travesties by Tom Stoppard, The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, Look Who's Back by Timur Vermes, sorry, that's not how you say that name, The Aeneid by Virgil, Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut, The Castle of Otranto by Horace Walpole, The Night Watch, just went way off, The Night Watch by Sarah Waters, The Importance of Being Earnest and Other Plays by Oscar Wilde, Stoner by John Williams, The Sisters Brothers by Patrick DeWitt, We by Evgeny Zamyatin, and The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. Then I have some theory books and stuff, so there's Beginning Theory by Peter Barry, The Norton Anthology of English Literature, 9th edition, Volume D, The Romantic Period, and Modern Criticism and Theory by Lodge and Wood. So yay! There it is. There's my shelves.